even started at all.
Oh, okay, all right, all right.
So can you quickly just go back 3-4 minutes?
Yeah,
Everything
I
you've
will
said.
thank
Yeah, you're
thanks for that.
welcome. You're welcome, boss.
Now we have these requirements, okay, that we have been given, and we are supplied with the data. Try to open this data. I don't know why it's not open. So the the clients or the customer or the stakeholders that develop these requirements, this is what they want you to do. Okay, the intro says you have a project from the Department of Nuclear Energy and you are supplied with the data to develop a comprehensive report for the below requirements. And how many requirements do we have here? One, two, three, four, five, six, six. And under each uh, requirement, you have sub requirement. Probably these are just to help you understand the one in each of these. And the first thing they said that they want you to do is to identify, identify and label call location in location. So uh, they quote the location for you here. I think this should be and. I don't know why it should be and here. Okay. And the region, NRC region is 4. So what they're saying, where the core location in this location are these states, and the NRC region is 4. Those people are the core location. So anyone that does not meet this requirement, you can classify them as other core location. So, and I said, the first thing I will do in the real life, I don't know everything about the data, and I don't have to know everything about the data. I don't have to understand the data. But if I look at the requirement, I can start investigating the data to see what are they referring to here, what do they want to do here. So let's go to our Tableau and we've connected. So if we look at our location here, we see that we have a lot of locations, but they are not labeled like in state otherwise. These are cities in the states. So we can, for example, we see that Bay City, Texas is in Texas. Beasley, Georgia is in Georgia. So, and we have so many Georgia, so many Texas, and so on. So now we know that we have a big problem here. So how do we identify of this location that they want? For example, they say the core location that they want is Arizona, California, Texas, Kansas, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Washington, and Los Angeles. And every other thing that does not meet with this state, they are core location. For example, New York, for example, now is not part of the core location. New York should be under core. And I said, if you are given a requirement like this in the real life, don't try to answer everything at once. Okay? In the real life, you're going to have like a tracking system. Jira, some use Jira, some use like Monday.com, some use Excel, where you break all of these requirements down into pieces. So you can say, today I want to work on this, or this week I want to work on this, and next week you take this. Or you can say, okay, I will take 1 and 2 this week, and I will take 3 and 4 next week, and I will take 5 and 6 the upper week. And in a month, you should be done with all of these requirements. So you don't have to take everything at once. So uh, I will just take it one by one for now. Okay, let's try to answer this number one challenges. So if we go back to our Tableau here, how do we identify these states? We have to use a calculation to bring out each of these states. And our requirement also we say that NRC region has to be 4. Let's look for the NRC region. Uh, let's look for the NRC region here. So right now, this NRC region is coming up as a sum,
Measure.
a measure. So let me clear this. If I bring this into test right now, you can see it aggregating, but it's not really a measure, because the reason why it's showing up as the reason why it's aggregating, because it numbers. So Tableau will automatically take it as an aggregate member. So let's quickly fix that by just dragging this up here. So you can leave it as this, or you can change it like string, but this is still going to be okay. So if I bring this back here now, as you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Do we understand that?
How do you do it?
Please, can you go back again?
Okay, let me do Ctrl-Z and go back again. Look at our requirements. They say if we have to identify all of this core location. For any of the states to be a core location, they must have this NRC region of 4. Okay, 4, even though it's a number, it's just a categorical number. They are not aggregate number. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? So here we have to fix it. Because it's a number, Tableau will automatically take it as an aggregate. Let me search for it, or you can just put down here. You will see it. Okay, let me drag it back here. So right now, Tableau is taken to be an aggregate member because it's a number. But the number is actually not number that you can aggregate. It's just a categorical number to identify some of those data. Okay. So if I drag it into test now, you can see that it's just aggregating. You see sum in front of it, sum. That's because Tableau is taking it to be a number, but this is not actually an aggregate number, it's just a categorical data. So we have to fix that before we can move forward. So the easiest way to fix it, I've showed that you guys this before. You can just click on this little hashtag here and change it to like string. That will fix it. And you can drag it up here. Or let me go back. Or you can just drag it and bring it up here as a dimension. That will fix that for you. So now if I bring it back here now, you can see it gives me the number that we want, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's say in the real life, you are looking for NRC 4 and you don't understand, and you see that it aggregating here. You have to ask questions. Reach out to the data developer to say, man, what is this? Is this a measure or dimension? I don't know if Ejiro is here. Ejiro, are you here? No, I think she left. Ejiro? Ejiro?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you now. Remember, we have you have similar situation recently.
Yes.
Yeah, where you have like a data that's supposed to be a Boolean data, but people might say, no, it's aggregate. But for me, I know it's not aggregate, you know. So you have to ask questions. Say, okay, this is not an aggregate number. It just, even though it's a number, they are just numbers that describe. So now we fix this, okay? If I bring this here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I bring that location back here now, so you can see that there are different locations. Let me expand this. There are different locations that fall under 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and 4. Okay, so now what the requirement is saying that the core location here, for you to have a core location, it has to be this state and it has to be 4. So for me, the easiest way, since they have to be 4, I can just filter down, because now I'm still investigating. Okay, I just want to understand the data. I can just go to my filter and just select only 4 and click OK. So now it's going to give me all of the states under 4. So let me minimize the requirements so we can see side by side. So if I bring this down here now, you can see that Arizona, we have Arizona here, Kansas, we have Los Angeles, and we have California, we have Missouri. So all of this is what they are looking for. Any of these states here under the last 4 and that fall within these states. So quickly, let's create a calculations and look for our and label our core location. So who can give me an idea of how we can achieve that using a calculated field? Who can give me an idea of how we can achieve that quickly? I'm opening up the code calculation that we did. That is what we call the if contain function. Okay, I'm going to this was those of us that have watched the video that we have online. We use a function to say, let's look at this function here. If this state here location contains these symbols, they call it this, call it this, call it this, and so on. So we're going to recreate this right now because these are what we are looking for. So to save our time, I'm going to copy this right up for us, okay? Now let's create our calculations. Create field here. I'll call this core location, okay? So what are we looking for? Arizona, California. So we're going to start with simple function. Say if bringing this location here
equals Arizona.
Okay, Arizona. Let's go with your logic. With this, your logic might be right, but you're not going to get anything because in this location, there's nothing that says Arizona. Okay, we only have the abbreviation for the state. If you see that AR, Los Angeles, Texas, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, so we're not going to get anything, even though it might be right. For example, let's do what you said, Arizona, for example. Then Arizona. Let's call this Arizona.
We don't need to use abbreviation.
I just want to let you understand.
Okay.
Let's end. So if I click OK and I bring my core location beside this here, she's giving us no, because there's nothing in here that says Arizona. So we have to change the logic to use another function called contain.
If contain.
Contain, absolutely. So let's start. If contain, you can specify like a few words that is contained in there, and that calculation will look at it and give you what you want. That's the function of if contain. Okay. Click on the function. Let me move this here. Bring in your location field in that bracket here. So what is the symbol for Arizona? It's AZ.
AR.
No, Arizona here is AZ.
AR.
Arizona is AR.
Arizona
HZ.
is AR.
HZ.
Okay, is it
AZ, yeah.
That's phonics.
Kansas, I believe.
Arizona is AR.
Huh?
Arizona is AR, not AZ.
So which one is AZ?
I know it's going to be one of them is going to be between Arkansas.
No, AZ in, if you look at your cursor, there is Phoenix. And Phoenix is in Arizona.
Arizona is AZ.
Arizona is AZ. That's what I know.
Yeah.
But okay, let's just go with the flow. But somebody can check on Google for us. So let's say,
Arizona is AZ. Yeah, that's correct. AZ.
so we are saying if content, say if this function, if this location here contain this AZ, then they'll call it Arizona. Okay, and for now, remember my own way of checking my calculation as I'm writing, because I have to write a long list of calculation. I just put this end function here and just click OK to see if it's going to pull anything up here. So if I click OK, oh, now you can see this number here came to Arizona. So I know that this statement is right. So I don't have to come back and check again. So now I have to go to the next statement and put else if, because I still want to state I still want to make another statement. So I can just copy this here. Or if you want to type, you can type it out and paste. Now, what is the next one that we have? Somebody help us with that requirement. We have California. So what is the symbol of California here? Is
CA.
CA. So if contains CA, let's use CA here. Then we'll call this
California.
and I'll just hit apply, not OK, just apply, just to see if this node here will get to California. You don't have to do it this way, but it's just my way of checking my statement as I'm writing my calculation, okay? So if I click apply, okay, we have California, and then I can just copy this again. Or if you want to type it out, it's up to you. What's the next one?
Texas.
Texas, okay.
TX.
X. Click apply. So we have this TX here, we call it Texas and Texas here, okay. And paste. The next one is what?
Arkansas.
Kansas is AK, right?
Arkansas. Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
So what is the symbol for that? What is the symbol for Arkansas? I believe it should be AR.
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 Okay, AR. So if contain AR, then let's call it Kansas, and let's click apply. Okay, we got that. And else if contains what's the next one? What's the next one?
Nebraska.
Nebraska is what? NE, I believe. Then let's call this Nebraska. Did you get it right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's click OK. Okay, we have all Nebraskas and we still have one more, right?
Kansas. It's more than one.
Missouri.
Missouri is what? ME?
MO.
MO.
MO. So if contain MO, then let's call this Missouri. How do you spell Missouri?
MISSOURI.
So we don't have no MO here. You can see because remember we are looking for 4. And then that's the last one.
Oh, we still have some other
Washington.
Washington, Los Angeles,
Washington, Los Angeles.
There's no Kansas.
and Kansas too.
Okay, so Washington is what? WA.
Yes.
You can see the Washington is not. It didn't give us Washington here. It's giving us Nebraska here. Okay. All right. Let's go. You know,
WA.
we have the same issue the first time we did it, right? Now,
Right.
yeah. Okay, but let's continue. But we know that we have MA here. Instead of Washington, is giving us Nebraska, right? Because the reason for that is because we have WA.
There are 2 WA.
Yeah, we have WA. For the Nebraska, we have NE here. For the Washington, we have NE. So you can see this NE here. That's
Okay,
why. it's-
Lucky.
Yeah.
The WA, this one, can we space it? That's W, I mean, that's,
No, don't worry. We'll fix it. This is one of the challenges of calculation. You have to find a way to specify and pull out only for this without having this issue. Remember? Right?
okay.
Okay, so we have to fix that. So, but let's just make sure we write everything out first. So, what's the next one? Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, LA.
If contain LA. Let's see. Okay, this one kind of work. And the last one is what?
Kansas.
Okay. And that is KS, right?
Yep.
Is it Kansas or Arkansas?
K-A.
Kansas. KNAS.
All right.
Okay, this is right, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, but you can how about the other states? If I remove this filter from here now, you can see that we still have no values. This one is like Florida, South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia. All those ones are no. So how do we classify those ones?
But sir, let me quickly ask a question before we
Yes.
go ahead. You know, Washington is part of those states, but it's not listed here.
Yeah, that's a problem. So we know that it's there, but it's not coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not coming up. So we have to fix that. But now, how do we classify all of those non-value here, like this one and no?
Others.
Others.
Others. So how do we specify that here?
Else. E.
Else.
Else. Good.
What other call?
Other call.
Cool.
Okay. So now, if I click, let me unclick this. If I click this, so everything is now under call. Okay. So how did we fix this issue the last time? Some of our, can you help us out? How did we fix this issue?
I'm sorry, I have noise in my background, so.
No, I said, how did we fix this issue last time? For example, if you look at Washington right now, it's coming up under Nebraska.
But if we look at this thing, is there a way we could correct it from the data set? Like the NNE is just not northeast, actually is in Washington. But because we use the word contains. That is why it's singling it out.
Okay, so how do we fix that? That's what I'm saying. Give us some hint. Look at the calculation. You are right. So how do we fix it? I want you guys to think, because in the real life, there is no direct way of doing things. You just have to like think, okay, how can I just solve this problem? And you solve it. And that's what they pay you for, to solve problem. So how do you solve it?
Can we see that 4 again? What all the things that we have in 4, all the values that we have in 4.
Okay.
So we're trying to look at Washington. So we can look at one of the word. Can we say if contain Richland, then Washington?
If contain
Richland.
Richland, okay. Yeah, you can
If
do that.
contain location Richland, then Washington.
What if you have Richland, Georgia?
Then I can say I can use Pasco.
But the Richland
Within those values.
You can even spell out Richland,
WA.
WA. So with that, you know that this is unique. But
Yes.
what if you have another Washington, but that is not, let's say you have another Washington, for example, we have Texas here now. This is Fort Worth, Texas, and this is Houston, Texas. So if you just specify this, how do you pull it out?
Yeah, so in this case, we have how many Washington? Just one. So I think we're still good.
Let's say you had similar problem for Texas.
Right.
So how do you pull it out?
Okay, so I will use either I'll use Bay City or Glen Rose.
Yeah, you can write your calculation.
All out Texas.
You can just say if contain Houston, Texas, then Texas. If contain
what Texas? Okay, yeah.
Texas. So Tableau is smart enough to put the two Texas together.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. So let's apply this. It's still not coming up.
If contain.
Did you put WA? Richland, WA.
Yeah, it's right here.
No, remove the WA.
No, maybe it's because of my space. Let's see.
Only Richland, yeah.
It's not coming.
Is this not coming?
Is it going to like?
Okay. Okay, sir. Can we use? And we cannot write a separate query for this one.
You can. So let's try something else. Let's try Pasco. Right.
Pasco WA.
It's still ignoring this.
Lucky, can you go over what you're trying to do? What exactly the issue? I know I'm late. Sorry, my computer was acting up.
We're trying to identify in the requirement. We're trying to do a calculation to figure out our locations for Arizona, California, Texas. And in the field that we have here, the states are just abbreviated and they are embedded in the long phrase. So we're trying to use the state code to pull them out. Okay. So right now, so far it's working, but this WA here by the requirement is supposed to be Washington, but something is making this ignore our calculation. So we have to fix it. Okay. So let's look at the Nebraska itself. Why is Nebraska coming here? So it's NE. Okay. And you can see that for Nebraska here, even MO is coming up as Nebraska. Okay. If you look at LA is coming up as Nebraska. That because we said it contains NE here. So let's first of all,
Lucky,
yeah.
sorry, can we not use the state code? Can we call out individual maybe cities within that state? For example, California, we can use Avila Beach. So it will call out California. So the same way, we can also use Richland to call out.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. So let's come together. So,
Prof.
Yeah.
Then, like before we import the data into Tableau, if there's a way we can split it or remove the miles, like the northwest of those things, it will be right.
We want to fix it in Tableau. We did this before and we solved it, right? See, I'm trying to get you guys to think. Okay, I've already visited this lecture for like a year now. So let's solve it because in real life, what if
I need Ogaloke to please speak into the microphone. You're not coming out clearly enough, please, like others.
I said we need to fix it because in the real life, what if you have a similar problem like this? Because you're going to have different little problem like this. You have to fix it.
And
So
you always tell us, if you have an easy way, why do you want to go the long route? Because if you look at the data set, Nebraska is only in places where you're even not supposed to show.
So, even if you split it, you're still going to have, because you are calling out this state code. So splitting a data source is not.
No, what I want us to remove is look at the base city. You know, those things in bracket, where we have 90 miles southwest of Houston. If we take it out, it's going to give us
the address. So those are the address. So let's put it out here. That is the idea.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not hearing you clearly. I don't know if I just want to confirm if any other person is hearing you clearly.
I'm having the same issue, hearing what Loki is saying.
His voice is breaking up.
Okay.
Really bad.
Mike, hold on. Let me get a mic.
Because if we pivot it, all these 90 miles west of Houston we get out, and we have the city left. And
Daniel, all those ones are not. That's basically is not even the problem. The challenge, what is using.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, very well.
Okay, I'm using the mic right now. Okay. I said in the real life, you're going to have similar problem like this. It's normal. Okay. Now, just Daniel is trying to solve this at the data source level. Just do it at the Tableau level so you can always. What if you are not in charge of the data? Are you going to tell them you can't do it? Remember, you were in the class when we did this before, and we solved it. We fixed it. Okay, so I'm just trying to go through this logical problem. So in the real life, if you encounter similar stuff, you know how to solve it. Again, there is no direct way of solving any problem, any data problem, but just understand the functions within the application that you are using and solve it right there. But you have to be able to understand and think and find out a simple way. Okay. Is that clear?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so let's troubleshoot this first of all. We know that the one giving us problem right now is Nebraska.
Yeah.
Because you see, Nebraska is coming up in Washington, it's coming up in LA, it's coming up in Missouri. Okay, so it's not supposed to be. So now let's fix it. So let's go to Nebraska first of all. We said if it's any, then
okay, I know why, Lucky. I know why.
Okay, go ahead.
For example, if you look at that Richland, where we have Richland, and we're trying to call out, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, go to the third one. 1, 2, 3.
This one here.
No, come down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Richland, come to Richland.
Yeah.
Why that is coming out? Why it is bringing Nebraska? Because
Nebraska has NE.
Because it's seeing NE in that.
Exactly. That is the thinking. you have to be able to like look at what you see and just think. It's just logical. So we have to first of all fix this Nebraska. So we have to say, okay.
So, Lucky, to fix this Nebraska, what I'm thinking we can do is that this under your where you have your on the table on the calculation where we have NE, give it a space. Where
No, what
like
if, no, let's not give it a space. No, for me, we only have
call it out fully, Nebraska.
Yeah, you can do that because in Nebraska, you have Nebraska in this long phrase here. So you can just call it Nebraska out.
Yeah,
and that will
call it out straight.
Brownsville.
Yeah,
Nebraska.
Yeah, or you can use like the Brownsville NE. You can use Nebraska. That will give you what you want. That's what I want you guys to think. Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Okay, let's fix this now. Does that fix the issue?
Done. Yes.
Now, if we go by Daniel's logic, we try to go back to the data source and start doing logic. You spend another 1 week and the problem is not solved. Whereas you can just look at the problem and say, okay, let me tweak my code. Again, I will always reference data. Remember, there was a calculation that we wrote. It didn't work. We just flip it and it worked. We didn't change anything. We just flip the calculation, put one first and put one below, and it worked. It's logic. You cannot find that anywhere online. You just like, okay, let me just flip this around and solve the problem. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right. So we know now this is okay now. And let's click. So we've identified our location for Arizona by our requirement. California, Texas, Missouri. We don't have Missouri here because we don't have any. Missouri is not coming. Okay, it's coming up now. The Nebraska was the problem before, right? Let's look at.
Is Mississippi in the mix at all?
There's no Mississippi here. We don't have no Mississippi.
Okay.
So now we solved this. But now look at our requirement. This says the NROC has to be 4 for all of these to be core location. So all of this core location here, they have to be 4. But right now we have all of the core location. So if let me minimize this and click OK. If I remove this filter right now, let me show this our calculation as a filter so we can investigate some more. Let me show filter. Come on, show filter. For example, if I click on California right now, let's say I click on California, we see that we have California in NROC region 1, 2, and 4.
Right.
So now, if we just give the users this core location here, are we meeting our requirements? Did we answer it?
No.
No, because they want the NROC region of 4 to be part of the core location. So now how do we solve this now? There are different ways. Some people can just come to this calculation here and embed, for example, where is that calculation again? Core location. Let me go to core. Some people can just embed. Let me edit. They can embed that for calculation here and say if NROC region is equal to 4 and this contains this, then Arizona. For example, let's look at California right now. So we only want this 4 to be core location, right? That's what we are looking for. So I can say else if this equals to this, I'll now pass my AND function here and say and NROC region equals 4. Equals 4. Then call it this. Now look what happened. If I click apply, all the other is gone. So we only have one California there because now it meets this function. The calculation is valid. Or you can just create another calculation separately so you can separate them whichever way is okay for you. The last time we created a different calculation, right? Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, so now I'll just go with this embedded calculation, because if you look at our requirement, it says this has to be 4 and they have to meet this condition. So I'm just going to copy all of this here, these statements. I'll just copy and come over here, make a space and paste. Oh. And I'll just add it in between all of these calculations. Paste. 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 So now we have this calculation here, and let me click apply. So if I remove this from the filter right now, and let me show my call location filter. Now, if I select like Arizona, you can see that only the one Arizona that have this call location of 4 is showing up. Let me change this filter to, let's check Kansas, only has 4. Same thing, only 4. So no one that has extra call location. So this calculation is valid right now. So we've met our first requirement. So I'm going to stop here, make sure everybody understands this. Okay. Now, what we're trying to achieve, just to give the newbies some idea, let me show this recording is online. Okay, you can take our time to watch it. This is what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, and this was our project. Ejiro, Dada, Wendy, this was our project. We did it together. So if you see this online, this was our project. So we're trying to achieve similar stuff right here. So green, we always give you green, and this we always give you blue, something like that. Okay. So I'm going to pause here for now and answer any question. Do we understand how we arrive where we are at?
Okay, now you have 3.
I do not understand.
Okay, all right. Look at our requirements. Okay. This, it says you have a project from the Department of Nuclear Energy. You are supplied with the data to develop a comprehensive report for the below requirements. So these are all of the requirements. Okay. So the first requirement says what? Identify and label locations, call location in location. So this here is a field. You can see it in quotes. So it's a field in the data. So that have all of the locations in the data. This location here, right here, let me clear this. So I'll bring in my location, right? So this is the location here. So they have so many locations. They have 57 locations. If you look below here, they have 57 locations across different cities. But not all of these locations here are call location. Call location means where your business, as in it might be your main location or your main branch, but you can have like little, smaller subsidiaries in every city, but you're going to have like a major head office where your operation is done, or you have another operation where your finance is done, or you have another location where your production is done. So such location is what they call call location. So in all of these cities, they want you to identify the call location in all of these cities right here. And if you look at the requirements, it says they have how many call location? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So out of out of the 57 locations they have only 9 locations. Okay. Now, if you look at the requirement again, even though, for example, in California, even though they have different locations in California, not all of the locations are core location. Not all of them. Now, they have another flag in the data to identify the core location. So they said this NRC region here is how they identify the core location in all of this data. So the requirement says it has to be 4. Where this location is, this NRC region is 4, and the location is in these states. That is their core location. So they want you to help them identify this. Yeah, go ahead.
Those that fall on the region of 4.
Yes, and the state has to be this state.
All those states.
Now, but if you look at the data here, we don't have no states. They are just embedded in a long phrase. I mean, you're going to see some data like this in the real world. So, for example, Georgia, it's not spelled Georgia, but we know that because of the state code GA, we know that that is Georgia. So how do we label this to tell the users that this is Georgia, this is those core location? So that was why we used that calculated field to try to identify each of those core location states. So if you look at our calculation here, if we use, let's say, if location equals to GA, then let's say Georgia, or if it's equals to AZ, then Arizona, it's not going to give us anything because the location is not spelled out that way. You can see that we have a long sentence. Let me do another calculation here just to demonstrate the difference in this function. If I say if this location here is equal to, let's say, let me say Jenkinsville, for example. Okay. Jenkinsville. Then we call it, let's say, Florida. Okay. Let's just say okay and click OK. If I bring this here, it's not going to give us, even though this Jenkinsville here is in oh, for example, let's say, let me fix that. Jenkinsville is in South Carolina, right? Let me just say South. Okay, so you see that it's not giving us anything. It's giving us no value. That's because Tableau is looking for Jenkinsville specifically, but in the location, there's not, the Jenkinsville is embedded in a long statement. So for us to pull it out, we have to use another function called if contain. That was why we use that calculation, that function that we use, the if contain. The if contain will look at what you specify and look at all of the sentences and pull it out for you. Do you get it? Just look at the meaning of contain. If I say, if this contain apple, then give me apple. So if you look at the bag, if there's no apple there, it cannot give you apple, right? Because it does not contain apple. That's the same thing this function is doing. This function is looking at, okay, we said if this location contain AZ. Now, if you look at, if you look, okay, let me use California. You say if this location here contain this CA, then call it California. So this function is going to look at all of this long sentence and look for CA, and wherever you find CA, for example, here, you're going to call it California.
And if it's find it in like 3 or 5 different places,
you're going to call it California.
Okay.
Now, good question, but remember the requirement also say that just because it's in California does not mean it's a core location. For it to be core location, it has to have the NROC region of 4. So that was why we now specify and say if contains CA and if this NROC region equals to 4, then California. So in that case, it's going to put all of the California that have NROC region of 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean 1, 2, 3. It's going to put them under core location because they do not meet this condition. Let me show that to you. Let me bring in where's the NROC region? Let me bring that here. And let me bring our calculation. Okay, now let me do show filter. So if I select California right now, and let me select others. So now you can see that I only want okay, sorry. Let me click all for now, and let me do this. Let me show filter for this. Show filter. Let me select 1, 2, 3 here, and let me select. So if you look here, all of this, look at this short code. You can see that we still have some California. We might have other California in here. Do we have any California CA?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Only one.
No one. Okay. Let's look at
PA. I think Pennsylvania, I think I can see like 2.
okay, let me select only orders for now. Let me select only orders. Okay, now if you look at let's say Arizona is AR, right? Let's look at AR. I want to show you because there are some that will not be here because they fall under. Okay, let me remove 4. I'm not seeing anyone that is not that, for example. Well, okay, but what I'm trying to say is that there are some other states, for example, in California, that might have this NROC of 2 or 3 or 1 because they are not 4, they're going to be found under this other core. That is why the requirement is specifying that it has to be this 4. If it does not meet this 4, then they are not core location. For it, I think, let me do something. There should be some data here, and let me select only California, for example. Let me do this. Let me modify this calculation to see if we have any other edits. Let me remove this. Let me click apply. Okay, so there's no other California here. That's why it's not bringing us. So we only have one California, so which is good. So I'll just do Control-Z. But do you understand what I'm trying to explain? Do you understand at all? Ask question, please.
I get it now.
Okay, so it just to follow the requirements. The core location has to meet these states here, and they have to meet this condition. So we are writing a calculation to meet the requirements condition. Any question?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the NRC region did you do any calculation on the NRC?
No. It's from the data. It's like in the real life, they might say, okay, we want employees that are performing very well. Okay, they want to identify employees that are performing very well. They might say, okay, if this employee score is above 10 and he work more than 8 hours a day, then performing well. So you have to write the calculation to say if the rating is cost above 10 and he works more than 8 hours, then performing well. That's what we just did. You understand? So that NRC region is from the data.
Okay.
You cannot.
Then what about the core location too?
The core location is what we calculated. That was where, remember, we have the location and we have the NRC region. So the requirements state that we have to identify the core location and the for this state here, and they have to meet
9 states and
yes.
Okay.
So what we did was to create a calculation to meet this requirement condition.
So pretty much not every state have core location.
Absolutely.
So you're training the Tableau to recognize those core location.
Absolutely.
And that's
yes.
the calculation that you've come up with.
Absolutely.
Telling Tableau if this state in California has whatever the NRC, then blah blah blah. I mean, you pretty much trying to train Tableau to recognize the core location in every state.
Absolutely.
Just being more specific where the core locations are.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Do we understand? Any question? Please ask question. Again, I pull up this requirement because I did it in the real life and I brought up the requirement and we did it in class. And we are going to do this because in your interview, they might say, okay, can you show us and demonstrate one of your, sample work? I don't know if Ejiro is still here. She used this dashboard as one of our demo in one of her interview to showcase what she have done. And if you follow through, you can easily explain what all of this is. And by the time we put it together in the dashboard, you understand why the users are, why they want this kind of dashboard to look at the data. Okay, so we're going to build this together, but I want you guys to understand some of this. It's just logical. It's just logic. Telling Tableau to look at this condition and give you what you want. Any question?
At least for now.
No. Are we okay? Chidi, any question?
Oh, no question for now.
Okay, all right. Who else is here? Victor. I know, Victor, you've done this before. You okay, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Samson, any question?
No question, thanks.
Okay, all right. So let's move forward then. So now we've answered this our first requirement. So for me, I'll just say, let's go ahead and visualize the data for how many plants they have in these locations, okay? And by that, I can say, okay, let me bring in the core location into my view here. So I'm seeing everything, and I want to say, okay, what is the total number of, let's say,
excuse me, can you please edit that calculation for the core location again? The calculation, let me see.
Okay, do we all want to write? Okay.
I mean, edit it, yeah. I just want to see where I'm having errors.
Okay, okay, everybody write this calculation. Everybody write it out. Okay, create your own core location.
Mr. Lucky, can you post it on the chat so that we could just...
I can post it, but I want you guys to get used to writing calculation, if contain.
This thing, as if contains location, that Pascal, you still leaving it that way?
Yeah, no, yes, we leave it that way because it's working correctly now.
Okay.
You can still see if contain means that you can look at the sentence and just give Tableau an idea of what to look for. It doesn't have to be the same thing. For example, someone else can use this another phrase here and will still achieve the same result.
Yes. If you use that WA, it will still work.
Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Now it's working because now we have fixed Nebraska.
Nebraska, yeah.
Nebraska was the stubborn child before, so now we feel so it's going to work. But I just want to understand that if the contain condition we look at, just give it some specification to look for, you give it the same result. Somebody else can rewrite this differently and it will still achieve the same result. That's the function of if contain. It a bit different from if equals to. So just say if equals to this. Because if equals to this means if it does not meet that specific condition, you're going to give you no.
Yeah.
But if contain, we still overlook those we still overlook any specific condition, but you're going to look for that phrase in the whole data and give you what you need.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now here, let's use the number of record to know to see how many plants do we have in this location, in each of these states and locations. So we are not giving any specific on how to count how to identify how many plants or location they have. So in that, and there is no, let me see plant here, plant name and unit number. So let me see if we can count this. Hold on a minute. Okay, so now we can count this and use this to identify how many locations they have in each of these core location. Okay, so let's create another calculation and call this number of plants or number of, what can we call it, businesses or whatever.
It's plants. Nokia is always plant.
Yeah, let's call it plant for now. And let's use the count first. Count plant name and unit number. And click OK. And let's drag this here. So it's giving us 97. Okay, and let's see if we do count D, if it's going to give us something different. For me, I'm just playing around because they didn't tell us how to count that. So it's giving us 97. That's because each of those plants have a unique name. All of them are different. For example, let me bring in, where's the plants? Plants name and unit number here. If I put this here, so you can see it's giving us 1 for each of the plant. So it's still going to work. So now, since I have answered this first question here, okay, I cannot give it to the users like this. I have to create a report for them to view my solution, right? That is the purpose of visualization. You solve a problem of data and then you visualize it for the users to simply understand or relate with. So now that we know the number of plants that we have and we've solved the issue of our locations, let's visualize this. So you can decide to say, okay, I want to use a bar chart. Let me bring in my core location here. So you can see that they have 3 plants in their core location of Arizona, Kansas, California, and they have many plants in there in the other locations. So you can say, okay, I'll just show this as a bar chart, you know, or you can say, what is the best way for me to show this? You want to do like tree map, pie chart is not good. I don't like pie chart, heat map, and so on. So it depends on how you want to show this. Okay, but for now, I like using like this tree map here to showcase how numbers are divided amongst a certain group. Tree map is very good. Remember, I told you guys to stay with the traditional accepted visualization out there to simplify your your reports. So, and here in the show me here, Tableau give you the industry recommended visualization here, or you can come here and choose any one of these. So for now, I'm not going to use the tree map to showcase here, and I'm going to drag my plant number here again into my test. I want to show them here. So it shows that in other location, in other co-location, we have 79 plants. We have 4 plants in Texas. We have 3 in Arizona, and so on. So I'm just going to call this my call by location. So with this, I've answered my first requirement. In the real world, this might be all you do for the whole week. Yeah?
Yeah. Please go back to the sheet.
Okay.
Can we? Yeah, you know, it's just showing 79. Can we? Is it necessary to say 79 plants? Maybe from the tooltip. I'm just asking.
Yeah, of course. See, remember, you can design this for me. If I want to add 79 plants here, I don't want to go mess with my calculation again. I can just come to my tooltip here, and I'm going to put the requirements together on how to use this edit label. It's very powerful. Like to do your KPI, you know, I can just come here and say, put my plant behind here. Just click OK. I don't want to waste my time. So you can see 79 plants or 30 plants and so on.
Plants.
Yeah. And you can design here. Remember, I showed you guys how to use this, right?
Yes.
You can design this anyhow you want, format it, and you can even customize this anyhow you want. It's up to you, but don't just get crazy with over formatting, because some people can get angry with that. You know, just do it that way. You know.
So if you want to put the 79 in the middle, is it okay?
In the middle where? Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, but again, you can, but just know what you're doing. I can come in here, and do that. It's all that's the alignment. Align it here, or you can even flip it. But be careful with over formatting. Okay, just make it. Especially don't use offensive color. Okay, and don't use color blind. You can use any color, but you know there are different users of your report. Some people wear BB glasses and they don't see good color. So you want to stay with the. If you go to, for example, now in Tableau now, and you click, if I click more color right now, all this color here, try to stay with the like the blue.
Equal.
Yeah, but don't use offensive colored like Ejiro like pink. I've never had somebody that designed it that way with pink, unless with Ejiro, you know. But in the real life, you know, be careful with those colors. Anyway, you know, just use like.
In real life, they don't allow.
Huh?
They don't allow pink.
They don't allow pink, right?
No.
Okay, so but just be careful with using colors.
Pink, other colors are offensive. That looks more offensive.
Who is this? To me, I just, for example, I can use like a blue trail here, like I have here, a blue trail, or I can use like the cool warm color. But colors like, let me say, like red. Be careful using red, unless it is like in the negative, then use red. You know, because red make people freak out. It's like when your stock is going down, it turns to red. So people freak out seeing red. You know, unless you are using KPI where the arrow is going down or up, don't use red that much. Okay, then yellow, using like this bright yellow. To me, I don't just, for me, the color that I don't like to use them. I try to stay with the cool one that I like the blue trail, the gray, and so on.
Great.
Yeah. So do we understand this? I want us to create this, and because remember, we are trying to achieve this dashboard here. Okay, this is what we're trying to achieve. So everybody get to work and create this. I'm going to open up the calculation. If you have any question, please ask. Eloho, just
I
write.
have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
For to get the calculation, did you I know that we have to use location. And again, I'm sorry, I'm late. My computer was acting
Yeah,
up.
use the NRC region. In your
No, where there's rows, how did you come up with this calculation field?
yeah, just go up here and click on create
Oh,
calculation.
okay, calculation.
And then you name it the name.
Calculation 1. Okay.
No,
got it.
and you have to name it call location, okay? Or you can right click any blank space below in this field here and click calculation. Or you can go to analysis.
Analysis. Okay.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So everybody write out this calculation yourself.
Hey, Lucky.
Yeah.
When I did create a calculated field, it's giving me like a exclamation mark. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Just keep writing the calculate. Okay, share your screen quickly. Share your screen.
Okay.
Eloho, you can just write the calculation, okay? Like I said, I'll create time tomorrow morning or afternoon when you're free to get you up to speed, all right?
Okay.
All right. Don't let all this confuse you. It's just brain work, okay? Don't get
Yeah.
confused. It's just brain work.
Can you see it?
Yeah, go back in there.
Uh-huh.
I did that calculation. You didn't write your calculation. Go to the little drop down
Okay.
and edit. Go to edit.
Okay.
So now you
Oh,
have
okay,
to
I
write the
see
calculation.
why.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it. Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Okay, so let me share. Any question? Anybody have any issue?
I'm getting error with this calculation. Why am I getting error?
Okay, just look at what I have on the screen here. Again, remember I show you how to make your calculation easy. Just write your first statement and click down and put your end. So each statement, the end will always check it for you.
That's what I'm doing right now. The first one is even saying, 1 second. It says,
So look at it right here.
As compare string and integer values.
Okay, it's because remember I said because your NRC region is number, Tableau will automatically take it as an aggregate number. So what you have to do is drag that that NRC region to your dimension. Just drag it there. That will fix that.
Okay, let me try and do that. NRC region.
Just drag it up to the dimension so that Tableau now know that it's an attribute or a string. Taba, did you do that? Drag your NRC region in your measure, drag it up to the table.
You said drag my
The NRC region.
Okay.
Yeah.
I try to.
Okay, share your screen. Share your screen.
I try to even bring in the data to Tableau, but
Okay, share your screen quickly.
You said drag the NRC region to what? The
Drag it.
measure?
Yeah, dimension. Right
The
now,
dimension.
yeah, it's going to pop up.
so this is it. I try to connect
You are connected already.
but
Now you connected twice, so you just remove that one. Remove. So now it's still okay. So you have it now. You have to drag. Remember, if you connect to your data source, what do you see? You see a long list of tables, but you have to instruct Tableau which of the table that you want to use. And the table that we are using now is operating roxdata.gov.
this one.
Yes,
Okay.
just drag it there. Now Tableau now know which data to use for you.
Okay. All right.
So any kind of database, be it SQL, Oracle, once you connect, you're going to see all of the tables. But you have to instruct Tableau which table to use for your development.
Okay.
Now scroll down on your data. Scroll down. Let's finish. Now scroll down. Now you see that your NRC region is coming up in the measure.
Yes.
But we said that it's not measure. It's use it as a string or an attribute. So to quickly fix this, just drag it up to your measures and leave it there. I mean, to your dimension. No, bring dimension. Go up. You see that it's showing some yellow. Yeah, drop it there. Just drop it there. Drop it there anywhere. Just drop it. Now, that one is fixed. So you can now write your calculation.
Okay.
Yeah.
As that NRC is there at the dimension area, and it still has that hashtag beside it, can I still change it to ABC as in string?
Yeah, you can. You can even still use it as a dimension the way it is, and then just but you have to know how to convert it back to like a string. If not, you're going to be can't compare integer and something ever. Some people they will not change it. They will just use a formula to change it.
Okay.
So let me share my screen. See, okay. So Dada, to answer your question, let me show you guys this NRC. Let me duplicate this now and make the other one like let me just drag this one here. It's not okay. It's not letting me. Okay, it's not letting me. You can, for example, let me delete this. Let me drag this here. It's not letting me change it now because I've already used it. But you can, let's say it's showing like as a number and you want to use it without changing it. All you have to do is just type in if, okay, bring in that NRC here and wrap it in like what's the function for dimension? You can use it as a string. Wrap it in the string function here. Okay, say string of this equals 4. Okay, that's how to convert it. Let me just say the one. Can compare string and integer. So you say, so once you convert it to string, it's still gonna, but you have to know how to flip it. But the easiest way, since it's not a dimension, just drag it up there. That will solve it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, please let me share my screen. I tried that thing, but it's still giving me the string and integer error.
You do drag that thing to the dimension.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll share your screen.
1 second.
The same problem I'm having.
Okay, now so watch Daniel's screen so we can solve that once and for all. Okay.
Okay, this is it. And this is the NRC region. Already is in dimension. See, the color is blue.
Now, you are using it as a string. So, but the way you are calling it, you are calling the 4 as if the 4 is an attribute or a measure. So you have to quote that 4 because it's a string now. No, quote it. Remember me, I just drag it up there. I didn't change it to string.
That means all
So, is that why it's giving error? Because you didn't quote it.
Yeah, because you change yours to ABC, which means it's not a string. A string is like an alphabetical number. No, leave it. You can just continue like that, but whenever you want to call the number in that string, you have to like quote it. The reason why.
Wow.
Let me share my screen.
Okay, let me stop sharing.
Okay. The reason why I didn't quote look at my own feed here. You can see that it's still showing up as a number. You still have that hashtag, but it's not green, but it's blue now. So it's still like a number, but it's like an attribute.
So what do you
how did you arrive at this? Can you
just drag it up there? That's why I told you, just drag it up there. You don't have to change it to like a measure or anything or string.
Okay.
Just drag.
I think I want to change it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's know what you're doing. Well, you can still achieve the same result the same way, but just drag it up there. That will fix it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me share that calculation now. I want so that you guys can write that calculation. Edit. Sorry, but write this calculation. If you are using like using your NRC as a string like AY, you have to quote it. But if you are using like mine, you don't have to quote it.
Yeah, I quote it and it's still showing me that same error.
You just change it. Is it look at that field? Is it ABC or just like
it's ABC? The field is ABC.
Okay, share your screen quickly.
Okay, can you request for it? Okay. Yeah.
You expand your calculation field. Let's see. Bayo, you need to like enter end below. That is my own logic of trying to check my statement as I'm writing this long statement. So that end will check it for you to make sure it's right or not. So now we know that everything you just an error. Why? Look at your NRC region. You didn't check. Bayo, cool down. Look at your NRC region field. You see, no, where you coming from? Right there, yes. Look at the sign in front of it.
Yeah, I put it.
Yes, up. Yes. You are using this now as an attribute.
As an attribute?
Yeah, so you're not supposed to quote your 4.
You don't need to quote that 4 again.
Okay.
Attribute is more like a number, but you can call it anyhow. You can either use it as a string or as a measure.
Yeah, it's still showing.
Sure, just
it's because you've not named your calculation. If you want to create a calculator field, the first thing you want to do is give it a name, so that so this is called location. Okay, so keep writing. You understand the difference? You see the one, for example, go back to your tables. I mean, your data. If you see anyone that have ABC in front of it, if you want to write a calculation with those, you have to quote it. But the one with the pound sign in front of it, you don't have to quote it. So anyhow you using it, know what you're doing.
Okay.
All right. So let me share my screen back. Any question?
Yeah, I have one question.
Okay.
When you were writing this code, there was a display of the states that was written out what the way you were using to check. So how did you bring it up? Is it the location?
Yeah. Yes, the location.
How did you minimize it to just those states? Yeah, because this is the list of everything.
Yes.
When we're doing it wasn't this long. I think it was reduced. I don't know. I think you.
No, that was because I show my calculation, because once we've written this calculation, for example,
okay.
If you are writing a calculation, for example, I'll click apply, so it's going to show up in my table field, so I can just drag it to along the data I have to check along. Yeah. Right. So it's my own way of validating along. So because I don't want to write a long list of code and I come back and start checking if it's right.
Okay.
So every sentence I write, I want to check to make sure it's right. So I just click apply and then bring it in front to see if California is giving me California, Texas is giving me Texas. Okay. All right.
And put your NRC location in the filter.
NRC region?
Region, yeah. So, no, filter. Put it in the filter.
Did you drop it?
Okay, so choose 4. Uncheck those 1, 2, 3. Okay, so everything is right.
Okay.
Prof,
your calculation is okay.
The call by location, please. Can you do it again, please?
This is here. It's up.
Huh?
This one right here?
No, not the calculator field. The
oh, sorry. Is this Stockwell or Lucky?
Huh?
Oh, so I thought it's Stockwell that was asking.
Okay.
I got what you're saying. So I've done it. Thank you.
Okay, all right. I thought it's Stockwell screen.
Yeah,
it was
hello.
I got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many of us are through with this?
Very well, thank you.
Are we all done with this?
No, still battling it on my side.
Okay, please ask question, okay, and share your screen quickly so we can help you.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with the whole lot of with all the calculations. I'm trying to do that. I really don't.
I want you guys like get your hand, especially for the newbies, get your hands on writing calculation. Then you can look for shortcuts in the future, you know. But for now, get your hands used to it. There's no need for you to learn shortcuts when you don't know the main process yet. Okay.
Okay.
I think I'm going to give you guys an assignment like I used to do before. I'll give you a video to create a Sankey chart. Now that Sankey chart, for you to create it, you have to create how many calculations, Dada? The Sankey chart, you have to create to create a Sankey chart, how many calculations do you have to create? Like about 16 or 18?
Yes, quite a lot.
So with that, you get confused, but you're not into the world of, you know, trying to solve confused theory. But again, once you understand all this, it's very simple. You know, just to encourage some of you guys here, I have 3 full-time jobs and 1 gig. 3.
Yes, so
you understand? I've accepted them all, but I'm going to give up some. I'm not going to kill myself. You understand? But that's to tell you that the job is out there. It's there, but you have to understand the logic. You understand?
I'm looking for a job.
But your dashboard is not even looking good yet. Master your dashboard well are there. You know you are ready.
I will learn on the job. I will learn on the job.
You know. So, but I'm just trying to encourage you guys. It's there. You can make this change quickly. You know. That was talking to me today. You know, saying, man, he's not enjoying the job. The time is there, the flexibility is there, and you look at people working hard in McDonald's, working 2 jobs, and you are just relaxing in the comfort of your home. That's the joy of it, but you have to put in your effort to understand this logic right now.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Okay. So this is it now.
Okay. Okay, so you're good. So create the chart that we created, okay?
Now to create my charts, I named.
Just clear this sheet. Just clear the sheet and.
I should clear this sheet. I'll click another sheet.
Anyone, it's up to you.
Okay.
So drag your call location to the tab. Just drop it there, it doesn't matter. Then bring in you have to create another calculation to count how many plants they have. Remember that, right? Everybody, please watch his screen. We call this number of plants. So we want to know how many plants they have in this location. So call this number of plants. And just do count D of plant number.
Recording in progress.
Just click on it. Click on the plant number. Okay. And then bring that on top. Bring that either on top to create any kind of bar chart you want. Anyhow you want to create, or you can go to your show me and play around however you want to show this. Is up to you. Okay, but we say we want to use the tree map charts.
Now then you do put the exact number here, then with the
just go back and drag your plant number to the label. The plant number. The plant number, yeah, it's right there below. The calculator fee you have, yeah, drag that and put it in the label. And then if you want to format this how you want, you go to your label and then play around with any.
How come your other call is 81? There's something missing.
Yeah, there's something missing in the calculation.
Okay.
Yeah, but anybody else need help?
Yeah, I need help.
Okay, quickly share your screen. Are you okay? So what the help?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, so you're good, right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to put it together.
Okay, so if you're okay, you can just move ahead and start working on the second requirement. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Not yet.
No, you see,
boss.
you're having no values. Why are you having no values, Chidi? We didn't have no.
Maybe because I've not changed it, so
go back to your calculation. No. Go back to your calculation. There's something you did not do. Who can help him out? Remember, if you did not group all the data that does not meet this condition, Tableau will put them as null.
The last one should be else other.
Else others.
Exactly. So any data that is not categorized or labeled is going to end up as null values.
Other column. then quote it.
Okay.
Okay, now, so what go ahead, Achidi.
Okay, so it said should move number of plants.
We
You
solved,
calculated the number of plants.
Yeah,
Yeah, put it on the column.
text.
Column.
Column, okay.
Go to your show me.
if you want to show it as a bar chart or as a test, anyhow, it's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. But what I did, I used this tree map to showcase my solution. Okay, now in your interview, they might ask you, tell us about what you've done in the past. You know, just a summary. Start priming your experience now to what you've done. You look at the requirements, develop the data, gather the data, evaluate the data to make sure it meets the requirements, and then you create some calculator field to answer the question in your requirement, and then you visualize your solution. So you are solving data problem and visualizing it. They just want to hear this little thing from you. Okay, have that thought. I mean, have that in your mindset. You solve data problem, find the solution, and then you visualize the solution so that the users can understand the solution. Simple as that. Or find a way to say it in your own way or how you want to say it. You understand? But on Sunday, we'll start going through this interview process. We spend 1 hour to round up for the week, and then we spend 1 hour on interview. And I want like Ejiro and Dada to please bring in their experience here as well to help the newbies. All right. All right. Okay. Any question for tonight? I know we come past.
Quickly, let me share this one so that I think there's one issue here now. I don't supposed to highlight this one until it shows. You see.
You click on something, just click out.
Okay, but it's still not showing me the name of like
It's
this.
because of the size of this big one here, and your screen resolution is very small. That's why. No, yeah, but it's there. The tree map, you cannot make everything show because of the size. Like the one, you're not going to show everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can adjust the size of that, and if the other plant is taking too much space, you can change the chart type so that it doesn't take all of the space. But tree map is to show the sizes of your data for each category. The users love it, like in real life, because they can quickly see the most to the least.
Okay, I will try and trim it out and see.
You can't trim it. You can only like reduce the size, but if the size is big compared to others, there's nothing you can do about it, or you can just change your chart type.
Okay.
All right. All right. We all see you tomorrow, but please look at the requirements.
Ogaloki, hold on a beg, please.
There's something.
I'm having a problem, completing the calculated field.
Okay,
on
share
my
your screen.
location.
Okay, share your screen.
Okay, send me the link to Fujitsu. This is it. I was trying to
expand your calculator field so we see everything. Okay, so click on the arrow. Let's see what the error is. You've already created your call location already, so that name is already existing.
I didn't save it. I was trying to go back, then it all went off, so I had to start it all over again.
What is saying a field or logical name call location already exists.
One behind that call location first of all. Let's see.
Yeah, just put something in front of that call location title. Just put anything there to, let's see.
You did not quote your Arizona. If contain location Arizona AZ, you didn't quote that AZ. The first statement, if contains location
Yes.
AZ, you did not quote.
Your first statement.
AZ.
Contain AZ.
Yeah, right there.
So you need to quote it. Put a quotation mark on top of it.
Yeah.
So check if content is analyzed. Okay, now you're equals to, you're not telling Tableau what to look for in your first statement.
Equals, your first statement equals
to 4,
equals
right?
4. Yeah.
The first statement, yeah.
Equals 4, then
It's valid now.
Valid now, yes. Thank you, guys.
You have two calculated if you call location. You can see you have one that is right now, and there's one you created before. No, this one is right. Just click OK. Click OK.
So how do I get rid of the other one that is not
Just
correct?
delete it. It's below. You see below. Yeah, no, right there. Scroll down. It's right there, right in front of you there, under 2018 capacity.
that's an exclamation mark. Just
Yeah.
Click delete.
delete. Yeah.
So where's this other one I just created, please? With your help.
You can just use your search button.
It's a search button.
And just type it there instead of scrolling up and down. That way, yeah, just type in core or CO. It will take you.
One on your story.
See,
It's right there.
I see. This is it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So like I was saying, please look at the requirement again, because in the real life, requirement will come like that. Sometimes it will come verbally, but most times it's going to come like either in Jira form or you have to be able to like understand, just grasp an idea and start working with something. So please look at the requirement I sent. I sent it out since afternoon. You know, please look at it, and then before tomorrow, I'm hoping we can run this up by Sunday. You know, by tomorrow or by Sunday.
Mr. Lucky, please try to upload the video tomorrow.
Yeah, I will. I'm still up tonight.
Tonight, so I beg.
I will.
Yes.
And also,
Okay.
the video is already up there. It's already up. Let me for
I will call you after service.
allow, please watch.
Okay.
You can go to Early Analytic on that website I sent to you. Okay, go to the training recordings. What's the password again?
I think in BI training, BIT in capital.
BIT in capital. Training.
I think it's on the chat.
2020.
You can check it on the chat.
Okay, all right. So if you look at, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So if you look at the March 2020 crash class, you can see the nuclear project here. Nuclear projects. So all this, we started here, and then we started from here on the 16th to 17th, and we ran it up on the 20th. So what we did today is in this part of this video. So you can see right here. I think this was a finished work. I think this was Ejiro's work. Very nice. You know, so you can watch this one.
When you're not showing them
Prof,
nothing.
we're not seeing anything.
No. It's just blank.
Really?
Honestly,
yes, you're just seeing.
Are you guys are just watching me? I thought I'm sharing my screen.
Honestly, everything you've been saying in the last couple of minutes.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna. Okay.
You just need to.
Okay, all right.
Back a little.
So, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
All right. Is Sister Laura here?
I think she signed out.
Okay, all right. So I said you can go to the
I'm here, I can hear you.
Okay, so let me start again. You can go to the website, the one I sent to you here, go to the training recordings, okay, and enter the password. The password is on our group, BIT
It's on
training.
the chat. It's on the chat.
I don't have anything on the chat yet.
Okay.
Just click the chat.
Just added me.
You can send it to WhatsApp group.
Okay, please put this on
the delayed. You see it.
But I put it on the chat already. This chat right here.
Okay, just copy
They
here.
just added she won't see all the
Oh,
my
bad.
Yeah.
Put it on the WhatsApp group. Yeah.
Okay, so if you go to this, our previous classes here, you can see what we're doing today. We did it last year, March last year, and we started on the 16th here, 17 and 20. So for example, if you click on this right here now, you're going to take it to the video. You can see it right here. So you can watch that video and just, learn some things, but we're going to do it again in class. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, so, and yeah, you can, for those of us that want to know about calculation into the COVID stuff, we did the COVID, right? Last year as well. We did something on COVID dashboarding and so on, Singapore, so on. In short, we did a lot of interesting topic here. So you guys can just play with this, watch this, but I'm going to upload this video tonight before I go to bed. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to give an assignment on Sunday. Please, you have to do it. If you don't do it, don't even show up for the next class. You have to do it by next week, because I want us to go in depth into some of those real life calculations. All what we are still doing now is just we are still playing with the surface. I have a project I'm doing now. I'm trying to put some data together so we can do that real life. It's very interesting. It's a whole new learning experience for me. So I also want to share that with you guys. But let's quickly get through all these, these simple ones first. All right. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. You have a good night.
All right.
Good night.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.